choices.
Oh, wait. Well, we've got it up here. Let's have a look at the coaching panel. It's right in front of us. Wow, it's really inspiring, isn't it?
Inspiring.
An inspiring group of gentlemen.
Here we go.
Wow.
Okay, so you got Teague, Luke Power, John Barker. This hasn't been updated.
No,
Cam Bruce
it hasn't been
too.
updated.
Cam Bruce is another one. Like, they're all, okay footballers.
Must be great blokes.
Amos. So what?
So he coached...
Oh, no, I want to know, he didn't play AFL, did he?
No, he coached at South Barwon in the Geelong League down there.
Of course he did.
So yeah. But he was an assistant coach at Geelong, like when they were winning flags. So he was an assistant coach at that time. So
O'Keefe.
I don't know who that is.
No.
Stanton.
I don't know who that is. Who's the bottom one?
Stanton with his iPad.
The bottom one, Torrin Baker, is that?
They just he's with the Carlton College of Sport.
Oh, okay. Do you reckon? Sorry, this is going off. Do you reckon Simo could have got another year?
I feel like we made the right call.
Well, we're bringing Williams in, the same player.
Yeah.
Look how many halfback
and
we have. And Saab.
Yeah.
Okay, the same players.
Yeah. You don't want to see Simo washed up and like shit out. It like ruins his.
That would have hurt me beyond, man.
Yeah.
Like, it even hurts me seeing Murphy have these half-assed games.
Same.
Simpson had a couple of those games last year. It was like, ooh, is it happening? Okay, who did we lose from last year, man? Matthew Cruiser, retired. Simpson retired. Lang, Ben Silvani. Do you reckon that was the right call on Ben Silvani?
Absolutely.
You reckon?
Yeah. I don't think he wants to become a great AFL footballer. But that's okay. Bimba. He'll be on, what's it called? A Carlton Draft stubby bottle top one day.
Paulson, I remember Paulson. Goddard, McCready. McCready showed that too. Like, what happening to Williamson now?
Yeah.
McCready showed a bit in
the first year. Him and Willow, 2017.
Yeah.
They did show a bit of something.
We had a couple of injuries in the back line and they came in. It was like, whew, they were holding their own.
That's what happened to Gibbons. He got elevated from the rookie list to the senior list, got comfortable, and that's what happened.
He got comfortable. That was his Kennedy fault. Gets denoted and then he's playing some good footy. Yeah.
Even Betts. Betts is on the rookie list.
Yeah. Do we want him for another year, though? Like we said, he probably can do it. Do we have him there, though? Who have we got to replace? He's still kicking goals. Like, why?
If he kicks close to 30 this year, he can stay.
He's kicked 21 with what? How many games ago? 6
games. I think eight or not.
Do you reckon when Harvey got forcibly retired, do you reckon that was the right call? Who was it?
Brent Harvey.
Yeah. Because he was
he probably could have played on. He's still playing good footy.
Yeah, he was still he wasn't even they
were putting him as a sub. Remember?
Yeah. But he was still dominating. He kicked 2 goals and fucking get 25 touches. Who the fuck does that at the end of their career?
Yeah, there's this notion that once you turn 30, and I guess I just did it before with Jones. There's this notion that once you turn 30...
we're all assuming that he'll only have a couple of years left.
Which maybe I shouldn't assume that, but... Yeah, there's generally a notion. Once you're 30, it's just like, start to knock on that door.
I think that's starting to be proven wrong, though, yeah. Yeah, because longevity's managed a lot better, man, than when, like when Richo was playing. Like, they're not having pizza fucking at 11 o'clock at night every night. They're doing proper ice baths. Like, once they finish a game, they're doing like 2-3 hours of warm downs and shit like that. Like, they've got to maintain. Like, it's no longer just, sweet, retired, hit the clubs, and then... figure out money will come. But like,
when do you reckon we're going to see a flag? Like, seriously,
I honestly feel like things can turn quickly. I think we've got the players there, but they've got to play together. Curno's a massive fucking difference. If he can come in and play some good footy up forward. I'm sorry, man. Maybe I'm just like, I'm not toxic. Maybe I'm just pessimistic about it. I can't just bank on Curnow coming and like transforming the team. All of a sudden, everyone's just landing tackles and fucking nailing a handball on the run. Like, oh my God, there's Charlie. All right, sweet. Now I'll actually hit a target.
On.
Fuck off. Doesn't work like that, man. Like, certain players can pull teams together. That's what you have your captains for. And, like Simo was like that, that spirited captain. You know what I mean? Like what do they call him?
Spiritual leader.
Spiritual leader, yeah. You know what I mean? Like, because they're just,
coordinated and they were out there and they were present and blah, blah, blah. Judd, you know, we kept him hanging in there because he was that, man. Like, he was an X factor. Like, just having him out there instantly lifted a team. But Curnow, man, like,
there's going to be an emotional rise.
Yeah.
And then we're going to get used to having him back, and then it's just...
But how many milestones have Carlton come across in the last 2 years? Let's just say 2 years, where it's like, oh, they better live for this, you know, Simo's last game, or fucking blah, blah, blah's last game, or some bullshit milestone, someone's 100th, or, you know, whatever. We've done nothing. We've rolled over. We don't give a fuck anymore. The players don't care. Like you've said, man, they're not invested in the jumper. They're not invested in that. It's a job, and they're just protecting their fucking income. And they know that. We just throw money at these fucks.
Yeah. Imagine how fucking stupid they think we are.
But that's the point.
Can you imagine how dumb they think we are?
Like you said it about the other 2 weeks ago, man, when you had a word at the bloke coming down the fucking... you wouldn't have seen it. You didn't watch the video. Please elaborate for...
I snapped. I never, ever snap at the footy.
Yeah,
right?
okay, yeah.
And I was leaving. I went to Sydney for the Giants game. It was freezing, and they put in that performance. 12 players, no tackles in the first half. 6 players, no tackles for the game. And the gate I was leaving from was the same spot where the players' race was. And I was at the top, and I just screamed. I never scream out. I just screamed out. I'm like, not good enough, like 3 times. And then I'm like, it's garbage. And then one of them looked at me. I'm not going to say who it is. And looked at me and shook his head at me. And that made me even more mad. Like, don't you fucking dare shake your head at a fan. If I was racist or just fair enough. But all I said was it's not good enough. And it wasn't good enough. And anyone that would like to have a conversation with me about if that was good enough.
Yeah, they couldn't think that was good enough.
But do you remember those games, man, when you'd watch Carlton supporters like absolutely screaming the shit out of the players coming back off the field? Like losing it, man. We'd be losing it.
Yeah.
Now we're not allowed to do that.
Yeah. Look, I won't do it again. I don't like that I got to that point. But like, I guess when you're so invested in something, like there's always that breaking point, and I guess that was mine. I just they broke me, and it all spilt out. And
see, this is the thing, man. This is where I sort of sit on this fence, right? Where it's like, I understand the human beings. I understand it's just a game. I understand all of that, and it's not life, right? I get it. There's more important things to worry about, blah, blah. But this is a job. If you want to treat it like a job, forget the emotional investment in the game, in the club, all that sort of shit. If this is a job, you're not fucking doing a job. You're paid to show the intent and the effort.
Yeah.
That's where it's like, all right, cunt, you want to treat it like that? If it's just a job and just a game, cool. Well, you're not doing it. You're not fucking doing it. So you know what? They deserve the spray that you gave them.
Yeah.
Because you paid your money. What would it have cost you? Let me ask you, man, for the flight to Sydney and the hotel room and the tickets and food for the fucking 24 hours.
And the parking at the airport.
And the parking. All that.
$350, $400.
It's chump change to them. It's not.
Yeah.
You know?
$400, man. Yeah. I wish I had $400 to spend on like a leisurely afternoon.
Yeah.
But to go there and see people not turn up and then shake their... Dude, if I was next to you...
Bro.
If I was next to you, man, I would have lost my fucking bananas.
You know, we caught eyes, and I'm like, it's garbage, bro. Actually, I'm like, how can you shake your head at a fan that says that wasn't good enough?
Yeah.
And it's not the player. It's not his fault. It's the club's fault for allowing the culture to... The environment that they're allowed to operate in is what has allowed this behaviour to happen. That's my thing.
Yeah, exactly.
When you are you're human beings, you're going to try and get away with as much as you possibly can to make it as easy for yourself as you possibly can. So when you're in an environment that allows you to get away with certain things here and there, over time that adds up, and we get this bullshit.
Yeah.
Do you reckon they're hearing it? I know you said before.
Oh, they heard me.
They heard you then.
Yeah.
Do you reckon they're hearing it as an organisation?
I think there's a difference between hearing and listening.
That's my point.
You know? Of course they're hearing it. And then the thing that the club is so good at is deflecting the attention. Oh, we're going to do a mid-season. We're going to bring the external review forward.
I was going to say, what do you think of the review?
It's bullshit. It's bullshit. No. We're going to do... It's a mid-season external review.
I can't.
And then 2 weeks later, they put out a statement saying it's starting on the 28th of June. Yesterday was the 28th of June. Monday. It's going to take 6 to 8 weeks to get done. We're going to get to the end of the season. Well, surprise, surprise, it's a fucking end-of-season review.
Yeah.
It's just to buy time and to keep us quiet and to keep us at bay. But this time they can't not make serious change.
What's the change? What's the big change?
I'm curious.
I don't know. The answer is that I don't know. Yeah, I think so. That's my guess.
The reason why I'm laughing, man, is not because you don't know. It's because I can see how broken you are. Like, we started talking about, the days of old and, like, Walker's Mark and all types of shit, and we're, like, all perky and shit. Your shoulders are slumped right now, man. Your shoulders are actually slumped.
Yeah, I'm hurting, bro.
I know, because I'm there as well, man. And that's how I felt watching them, watching that Sydney game on my couch, and I was just staring at the screen in disbelief. I just didn't know what to say. And I was like, I'm done. That's it.
The disconnect between fan and football club, I've never seen it like this before.
Yeah.
Right? My suggestion would be you either replace someone on the board or you add someone to the board, and that someone has to be someone that understands the modern fan. The fan has changed. We're a digitized fan. The people on the board come from an era that, like, I just don't relate to them. The common Carlton fan, I don't think, relates to anyone in leadership. It's kind of like politics. The people that are elected to the board have to represent the people. I don't look at anyone there. Maybe Mark, but he's leaving as president. I don't look at anyone on that board right now and be like, yeah, I really relate to him. So they've got to bring someone that understands the modern fan, the digital world, has worked in sport. That would be my outside looking in, couch expert recommendation, because I just, the disconnect, it's just growing.
I honestly don't know how I'm going to do another rebuild. I don't know how. First of all, I have an issue with calling it another rebuild because we're in the middle of a fucking rebuild.
This is the rebuild.
And if this is the rebuild, then what have we built in the last?
We're not in the middle. We're supposed to be out of it.
Do you know what the rebuild really was? It was fucking 5 years, and we were all. Rocco has this thing where he's like, we've all been hoodwinked. Like, so he'll be like, oh, look over there. Like, there's a box of tissues, and he'll take your wallet. We all bought into the rebuild like fucking idiots. Yeah. And didn't question anything.
Scammed.
Yeah. We were scammed.
Yeah.
We were.
Scammed as fans, man. Scammed. 80,000 people were fucking duped.
But it's okay because Carlton respects.
Fuck Carlton, man. Dude, I mean, I showed you my sleeve before. I've got some of the most ridiculous tattoos you've ever seen in your life. Like, why the fuck would an idiot get this put on the body? I was going to get the Carlton tat years ago, and I've held out.
Yeah.
I've held out. Like, my theme for my tat is basically my childhood leading up to my adulthood, right? On this arm anyway. And someone said to me, why don't you add the Carlton logo, man? Like, it's, you're fucking Carlton. I'm like, yeah, good idea. And they're like, why haven't I done it? It hasn't even occurred to me.
Yeah.
Because I don't trust it. I can't. Dude, I've cried after games. You remember when fucking Murphy kicked the goal? Was it Freo? Yeah. I watched that at home by myself, and I fucking cried at the siren, dude. I cried, man. Like, I just sat there, and then I'm like, literally doing, what is this salty discharge, man? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I cried. And I started seeing text messages come through like, dude, I'm crying. Like, oh my God. I'm like, yeah, I don't know what to say. I'm even now I'm getting emotional because I'm still. And then last year when it happened, right, I was just like, no way. Like 2 years in it, like really? How? And I spent 50 minutes making a fucking meme to put up on my Insta of the two goals side by side, synchronizing them. Like, I spent way too much time. And then I think about it, I spent more time doing that than some of these cunts have like training in the last week.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I literally, and like people are like, why are you getting so emotional? I'm like, because this is a team
it's more than, this is why when people say it's just a game. It's actually, it's not.
No.
It's more. It's like, it's a family, it's a community, it's a, I don't know, it's people's escape from the real, it's
fucking
bragging rights.
Billiards. Yeah. Competitive billiards is a game.
Yeah.
Right? And you have to be fucking good to play competitive billiards.
Yeah.
So why don't they market it the same way they market footy?
Yeah, that's right.
It's not just a game. You know what I mean? Like, there's that you could go to a footy match, man, and like make friends with anyone. Doesn't matter who it is.
Yeah, that's right.
Wearing a different jumper, like, does not fucking matter.
Yeah.
And you can leave as mates, even if it's a good contest, whatever. You crack your jokes, you buy each other a beer, blah, 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 blah.
It's like what we're doing right here.
Yeah. Exactly, man.
People have never met. It's like...
Yeah, I know.
No shit. The WhatsApp group, man. 3 blokes you've never met. And fucking... I've said it because I've seen everyone since that time. Right? You're the last one to actually catch up with. And I've said to everyone, like, we need to all fucking have like a beer before the end of the season. Like, everyone's like, done. Like, when are we doing this?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I would not be living in Australia if it wasn't for the Carlton Football Club. They're the only reason I came back. Yeah. I'm telling you. I love the family and all, but like I'd just come back and visit in Christmas. They are the reason why I live in this country. That's like a dead set, honest to, I don't believe in God, but like honest to God.
Yeah.
Just sounds good.
Yeah. But that's the point, man.
Yeah. Why the fuck do I care?
Yeah. The Carlton board need to hear this shit.
Yeah.
The players need to hear this shit. The bloke that you stared at the fucking top of the runway and said not good enough needs to hear that, because you know what? If someone offered him more fucking money and a better package, that cunt would be out.
Yeah.
Would be out in a heartbeat. And I'll make it for the record, I don't know who it is, all right? But he would be out. He'd have his agent talk. His agent could call me up like, hey, mate, got an offer for you at Dubbo. What? Yeah, new franchise. Guy would be on the phone, man. He'd be flying over 2 minutes. He wouldn't even go to the game. He wouldn't even go to the fucking game, Ross. He'd be like, General Soreness. And he'd be on a plane in fucking Dubbo looking for a new franchise. Right? You have put your life plans aside and made living in Melbourne a priority because of a fucking team that doesn't have the respect to actually even recognise it, man, and turn up. That's all you're asking for. Who the fuck does that? But you know what I mean? Someone puts a better offer on the table for them and they're gone. Like I said, I've invested 4 years into this club.
That's the thing. The players will come and go.
Yeah. Oh, dude,
the coaches will come and go. The board will come and go. But like our kids, grandkids, like we will always be there. I always make that point when I do videos. It's like, like I don't care about these players. Like I only care about them if they win. That's the reality. Like, I don't want to be bummy chummy with the players. I don't care. I don't want fucking fame with the players. Fuck off. Win a premiership and then I'll fucking adore you.
There are honourable losses. I'll give that, right? There are. To a degree, there are honourable losses. And like Murphy, he's going to play nearly 300 games. He's a player that we've watched his entire career. Do you know what I mean? Like, Murphy was sort of that era of player where we were old enough to recognise a new player in infancy and old enough to see like the whole progression. Like I've seen the guy's career arc all the way through. You know what I mean? Like Kernahan, I didn't see the start of his career. I remember him from 93, 95. He was sticks, But Murphy, we've seen the whole thing. Like you saw Gibbs as well. That's why I got really cut when he went to Adelaide. Like all that sort of shit. It's the legacy that they leave behind. And they may not win fucking flags, but if they turn up every fucking week, they do their bit, and they show genuine pride and passion in the fucking jumper.
Yeah, that's right.
You remember that, man.
Carazzo, perfect example.
Exactly, man.
Not a winner,
no.
But, mate, I'll never forget him. I'll never forget the way he went about it.
Do you know what I'll never forget about Carazzo? I was, for some reason, I went to like 5 St Kilda Carlton games like 5 years in a row or something, or like 5 out of 7 years in a row.
Yeah.
I always seem to turn up at St Kilda games. I just remember seeing Carazzo sitting in the back line, and he's just fucking elbowing like whoever the fuck was next to him. Like the ball was in the centre, like getting thrown up, and he's just sitting there, just fucking slamming into this dude. Like would not leave the cunt alone, man. Like just fucking elbowing him. I just started laughing. I'm like, what a sick cunt. Okay, that's what you need. You need these players just get in the faces of everyone else. You know what I mean? We don't have that now. Everyone dances around in ballet slippers, man, like afraid to get fucking hurt. You know what I mean?
That's the thing about a player like Carazzo. Like he had to earn it. He was a rookie spot as well, wasn't he?
That's right.
They had to earn it.
He was.
So they respect it.
Exactly.
Earning that position.
So then, now what, man? I mean, like, I know we're harping on about it, but it's just like, what's it going to take to make that change? Like, you keep talking about Curnow coming back in, and that's going to be like a big thing. I personally don't think it is. I think the pressure's going to be dumped on him again. He'll end up doing a knee or some shit.
Fuck, bro.
Yeah, right. I know. But so what happens if he misses a week, man? We fall apart. It's just going to be the same thing with Cripps, man. He came out and he was like, "Oh my god, this cunt's the best player we've ever seen in our lives. He's going to be Superman." And then look at him, year 5, and he's fucked. He broke down. It's just like, I can't do this. That's why I delayed his. If I was him, I'd be delaying contract talks as well. Fuck him. Give me a reason to be here. And if it's not from the players around me, then it's got to be from the club. Bring up a nice package for me, man, because like I've got to see something. I don't actually blame him. I do not blame him. And if anyone wants to question his loyalty, it's like, fuck off, man. He could have gone anywhere.
Yeah, that's right.
There's no loyalty anymore.
No. He could have gone anywhere. Who the fuck's been loyal, man?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's why I'm asking that question. Like, do we sack Teague? Like, what's the game breaker now? Like, what are they going to do? What's the circuit breaker that's actually going to set the course right? Because quite frankly, man, I don't think they're listening to fans at all. The discontent, I think they're just fucking, like we said, they're not in touch with reality. I agree with those two statements from both ears, man. They are not in touch with fucking reality. And there's a big discontent between like fans and fucking club. They don't see it. They don't give a fuck, man. They're sitting in their offices.
Because I know we'll show up.
Yeah. And that's why I refuse to celebrate that fucking win last week. It's a shit win. I don't give a fuck. I'll say it. Fuck you. Nah, not good enough. For the rabble that you've turned up every fucking week for the last 5 years, fuck yous. One win. Bravo, cunts. Bravo.
Fair enough. I mean,
sorry, man. Like, I'm saying it.
Fair enough.
And I bleed blue, man. Like, fuck that.
Fair enough, mate.
I can't do it.
Paul Sebastiani says it perfectly. He's like, times may change, but standards must remain the same.
Exactly. So, dude, like you said, the Constitution, winning a flag is 7th or whatever. Like, what?
It's written in the club document. And it's a small thing, but it's not.
How is that a small thing?
You know, like it's a minute thing that I'm picking out, but it actually has like a symbol to it. You know?
It's the number one reason you play footy.
Dude, you are on the money. You couldn't be more fucking accurate with that, man. It's not a small thing. It's when the players walk through the door, that should be in the fucking dressing rooms, the locker rooms, the fucking smoker room, every fucking room they walk in. Like, listen, cunt, this is why you're playing here.
Yeah.
They probably haven't even seen it. They've probably seen their contract 1,000 times.
You're here to win a premiership, period.
Yeah.
Everything else will just naturally come to you.
Look at the coaches like that they were talking about. Remember, we were talking about in the WhatsApp group, like potential coaches that would replace David Teague. Who should we circle? And you brought up Scott. 100%, man. 100%. He's dealt with list changes. He's dealt with fucking, depth. He's dealt with everything. What hasn't he had thrown at him? Controversies, all types of shit.
When is the standard that Geelong even dropped? Chris Scott we're talking about.
What was that?
Chris Scott, Geelong.
Chris Scott, he said, we started talking about...
We're saying if Teague doesn't stay.
Yeah. Who would we... And like,
well, for me, the only reason you would get rid of Teague is if you're going to get like a Clarkson or a Lyon.
That's I agree.
But that's what we're saying. Like, who of that caliber
that's
coach, who would be someone to have on the radar?
The only reason I said Chris Scott is because there was... I can't remember where I read it. There's a report the other week. It was even in The Age or something like that Chris Scott has been approached by 2 Melbourne clubs. But they didn't say who the clubs were, obviously, but...
Yeah.
I mean...
Werribee Sharks.
This is the thing with Teague. Like, love him and all of that. Great guy, all of that. But, like, we haven't even, like, made finals and played in finals and see how he goes in finals when the real pressure's on and gets it, we're just wanting to win 10 games, 11 games in a year. We haven't even done that. Like, so let's just wait and see what this review does, hey? More time.
Well, if he stays, then obviously the assistants have to change. Like,
they're gone. I reckon this is the other part too that's hard. They would know they're gone. Yeah, let's be honest.
That's why Barker...
Well, yeah, they would know that, let's say, Stanton, Amos... Who's left? Stanton, Amos,
I'll get the list up.
Power, O'Keefe,
Power, I reckon he's fine.
Yeah, I think so.
Because he's new.
Yeah.
Stanton, Amos, and Cameron Bruce. I would say 2 of the 3 at least are gone.
Power's been a part of winning culture.
Correct.
Standards that we want.
Correct. So when you know you're potentially going to be gone at the end of the year, do you think that energy filters through? And this is the hard part of the rest of 2021 because... Yeah. Season's dead. Assistant coaches probably know that some of them are gone. So their energy is going to be as such. That's going to filter through to the players. Okay. We're going to get to round 19 and we're going to lose by 10, 11, 12 goals.
I've got a question for you, man.
Yeah.
You ever got a notice at work in a job where you knew you were going to be out in like 3 weeks? Like basically told your contract's not being renewed or whatever?
No.
I have, yeah. And I was fine. Like, as in, I was okay, and I kept working to the last minute. I was normal. I was up because I'd already started mapping out my future after that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Everyone around me started crumbling. Like, their attitude started changing towards me. Like, I can't believe you're going. This is fucked. Like, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, relax, man. It's no big deal. We'll deal with it. And it's their productivity and their moods changed, not mine, even though I stayed positive.
Mm-hmm.
You tell me that's not going to filter out to the rest of the club.
Of course it does.
Has to.
Exactly.
It's pressure, so much pressure.
But who the fuck would want to come to Carlton, man? As man. It's so sad, man. It's so sad. It was a club that was so proud and associated with winning and just being like dominant, man. Like just being there in the contest, in the conversation.
And this is why I don't agree that it'll turn quickly, because good culture takes years to build.
Yeah,
We haven't even like started building the good culture.
Look,
maybe the Cripps thing is a start of something. Maybe it's the circuit breaker that, he's, by his actions, he's shown he's taken a pay cut, blah, 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 all of this. I don't know. Maybe I'm looking for something to be positive about.
Pay cut on paper for the cameras, man. Fuck knows what they're doing behind.
Correct. That's true.
We're the kings of under-the-table deals. We know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I picture David Teague sitting at a desk, like on a Wednesday afternoon, just staring like at news.com.au for like headlines. Like just not even doing anything productive. And this isn't a critique on him, but just more like he's got nowhere to go. He has no assistants. And it's just like, well.
That's the board's fault.
I'll look up, facts about movies in the 80s on Wikipedia just because,
Yeah. When he was hired in 2019, that's when they should have put the assistants around him.
Yeah.
Now, I don't remember exactly what happened, but I've read that apparently he said he wanted to keep them on. I don't know. But...
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to hear, we had COVID last year, so we couldn't change our assistants. It wasn't 2020 to do it. It was 2019 when you hired him. But I remember Kane Little's quote saying, David's ready. There's expectations. He's ready to go now.
That's why I have, like, an assist.
So even him just saying that, like the contradiction to what Judd's saying, we don't want to coach for training wheels. So
there's a lot of that. Even the review.
Yeah.
Legitimate comes out, says it will not be about the head coach. Pavlich 2 weeks later, absolutely it'll be like the head coach will be included in the review.
Yeah.
See, this is the thing. You just talk about Carlton and then it just becomes like a fucking whining session about everything that's fucked.
It's grievances, man. This is like this is like an AA meeting, man.
Yeah.
It's like, hi, my name's Demetrios and I'm...
Sorry for being a bad buzz to your listeners, but fuck, man.
I follow Carlton. This is for us, man. Fuck the listeners. This is for us.
You know what fucking hits me the most? I got a 10-year-old son.
Oh, yeah. I showed him the screenshot. I said, this is what you need to see.
And he said to me the other day, like before the last game, can I change teams? I was like, fuck.
Wow. That's fucking grim.
I was like, you have a son and it's like,
that's grim.
Fuck, we're going to go to the footy together. Like it's, it's... Fuck, this is going to be the best. We're both going to play the Carlton. We're going to fucking win flags together.
You know what's funny, man? I was talking to this guy like a year or two ago, and you were talking to... it was probably a year or two ago, and you were talking about how he's playing... He wants to play basketball and stuff, like he was getting into other sports. And he was telling me about how he had like a personal growth, about how he's always been footy mad, but he didn't really care because it was his son. He wanted to see his son like be happy, play, get involved in sports. Doesn't matter what it is, and just support him through that. And I thought, he's really grown. Like that's a really growth. I've known this man for 20 odd years. It's a growing period. But to have the kid turn around and say, I don't want to barrack for the same team as you anymore.
That'd break me. That'd break me. Seriously, that'd break me.
Fucking tough.
2 years, huh?
Yeah, so we agreed 2 years. Give it 2 more years. He was like, I'm going to follow Melbourne. Fuck, mate. They've had one fucking good year, like, in 45 years. Like,
you fucking turncoat.
So he's like, all right, I'll give it 2 more years.
That'd break me.
Yeah.
My brother's 10, 11 years younger than me, and I took him to the 2013 elimination final. He was 10 or 11. I remember like the look at his face, like, oh, how good's this, Chris? And then he went completely off them for a while. I moved overseas, so we lost that kind of Carlton touch.
You didn't have you feeding the propaganda.
Correct, yeah. Correct.
Indoctrination doesn't just stop.
That's right.
Once you've learnt the name, yeah.
That's right. And then he gave up again, and then just this on Sunday, I didn't think he was going to go. I didn't even bother asking him. I just assumed he'd give up because he's 19. He's got other shit on his mind, and he ended up going. And I'm like, I thought you gave up. He's like, no, never. I was like, thanks, bro.
Fucking kills me,
dude. Even my mum, right, would say, like, call me and just say, "What happened to Carlton?" Like, my mum's in her 70s, dude, and she's like, "What happened to Carlton the other day? Are they still shit?" I'm like, "Oh my god, like really?" I'd call her and say, "What are you doing?" So I'm actually watching the footy. Like, middle-aged Greek woman sitting there watching the footy on her own on like a Friday night. She's like, "This is terrible." I'm like, how is she even recognizing bad play? Like, do you know what I mean? Where they,
so we grew up going to school in the 90s, early 2000s, like, and Carlton were fucking good. Like, we didn't cop shit. We gave shit.
Yeah, like, fuck you.
Like, my son's going to school, like, cops shit.
Yeah.
Like, fucking, we never experienced that.
No.
Kids come on fan cams, like 16, 17-year-old kids come on fan cams, and they're like, oh, yeah, we get bullied at school, and yeah. My mum apologises to me. She's like, I'm sorry, son. She's like, I'm sorry I made you follow them. I was like, it's not your fault, mum, but yeah.
You know, I almost was a Collingwood supporter. I went to Carlton, Collingwood. I was like, Collingwood. Like, my cousins were all Collingwood. It was like, he was my best mate. Like, always went at the footy with them. We went to the 94 game. Remember Mick McGuan's run? 7 bounces. Collingwood. We were there, and I went there like, all right, I think I'm going to go for Collingwood. And then left that game. Carlton lost, and I was like, nah, fucking Carlton. Have to be a Carlton supporter.
Yeah, it's funny, man. I nearly became a Collingwood supporter too.
Yeah.
My old man's a Collingwood supporter. So this is probably my earliest memory. Like, legit, my earliest memory, man. I would be like 3, 4. So all my cousins in Preston, they're all Carlton supporters. My dad's Collingwood. And so it's like Saturday or whatever. And, you know, me and my sister are like, oh, what's this on TV? He's like, oh, it's football, like blah, blah, blah. I go for Collingwood, you know, this and that. Like, oh, okay. So we get all excited, you know, like this is footy, this and that. Get our first footy or whatever. Go to my cousin's house in Preston. I go see, like, they're all boys. So I go at the back and one of the rooms we're fucking around. Oh, what's going on, Dim? Blah, blah, blah. Oh, yeah, we're watching the footy, this and that. We're Collingwood supporters. And my cousins were all like, nah, man, like, you don't want to be with your sister and your dad. You want to be with us. We're the Blue Boys. Okay? We're all Carlton supporters. You got to be a Carlton supporter. So I'm like, all right, done. Like, literally transitioned like 3 hours later. Went into the living room. Dad, I'm a Carlton supporter now. And he's just looking at me like gone red. Like, what the fuck? You know, what have you done to my son? And like my cousins are laughing. That was it. Done, man.
Yeah.
That's how we picked our teams, man.
Just had such a vibe to it.
The vibe.
It does. The best logo, best colours.
Yeah.
Princess Park. Fuck.
Going to games there was just the best.
I got smashed there watching like a preseason Geelong game. Like, I had $10 and I had somehow managed to buy like 20 beers. You know what I mean?
I remember standing up the back, like with my grandpa before the stand was up the back.
Yeah.
Standing, like it was just standing room. You go there.
Yeah.
We used to see a fucking hairdresser from Oakley, like standing him, like it was fucking vibes. Like it was.
Yeah.
I don't remember I remember flashes of going to, it was Optus Oval back then. So I don't have memories there, but I remember when I was little going there, I still, when I try and recollect what was happening, I do remember it being something else. That's how I fell in love with it. That's how it was an escape for me.
Yeah.
You know?
Dude, and that's the thing. Those roots go back, man. Like, you can see those roots.
Yeah.
Dude, these players that are 20, 21, 23 years old, been around for 3 or 4 years, they haven't seen that.
No.
They haven't fucking seen that. But the point is that, like, you know, we don't just pick our footy teams because and then willy-nilly change our teams. You pick a team for life, man. Like, it's just how it is. You know, you said it. Like, it's fucking criminal. It's a sin to change teams, but you'll fucking do it. Watch me. That was his quote. I'm not going through another rebuild. I won't.
I can't fucking do it, man.
Yes, you can. And yes, you will.
We're not going through another rebuild.
Yes, we are.
We can't. We can't.
Okay.
So,
can't do it.
Okay, look at it this way, yeah? They want to talk about another rebuild, right? Like, people are talking about it. What would constitute, though, a rebuild? Because we're technically still in the rabble. Nothing's been built. Nothing's finished.
Yeah.
So what's another rebuild? Sacking the coach, would that define another rebuild?
No.
What would be another rebuild?
No, I think this was like the one that we did in 20, like when we started it with the 2015 draft, like that was a proper 44 players in 3 years cut. That was a proper clean out start again. So I don't think we'll ever, I don't know. I can't say what I think was going to happen because you just never know. But I don't think we're going to be doing that where we're cutting 12 players a year.
I'll be honest. The list that we've just read out today, it's the first time in a lot of years that I actually recognise most of the names and can say something about them. Like,
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I'm actually happy we did that.
Yeah.
Because comparing it to 2011, I'm like, oh, okay, we actually are in better shape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, like they've been around for a while. Haven't seen them playing in natural positions. Haven't seen them being consistent, but they've been around. But
that group of Samo, Fisher, Setterfield, Dow, O'Brien, like, it's got to come from there.
Stocker,
yeah, it's got to come from there. That'll, you know.
Will it? That's the thing. That's the worrying thing, man. And like that, and I keep telling myself, like, we can't change anything. We can't get a bloke fired. We can't get a player traded. Like, we just sort of sit back and wait for it to hit our assholes, like, and just hope it doesn't hurt that much. You know what I mean? I'm sick of that. I'm fucking sick of feeling helpless like that, man.
That's right.
And seeing these moves, like, dude, like, you know, we're not fucking, you know, armchair fucking coaches. Like, we don't sit there and it's like, it's not like you're looking at shit that's happening. It's like, dude, we could do better than this. Like, so often, like, you know, especially in the WhatsApp, you know, you'll be saying some shit like, why is this even happening? Who the fuck is making these calls?
Makes you wonder what the influences are, though,
That's what
inside
I'm
the
saying.
club. There'd
How
be
much-
so many things. Oh, no, do
Like,
this, do
dude,
this, do this.
Mick Malthouse, when he was a coach, right? He had the one strategy that he did every fucking time and it never worked, right? Collingwood's fucking style of play, right? The boundary. The boundary. Never go through the corridor. Down the boundary, right? But you knew there was no one in Mick Malthouse's ear telling him how he was going to fucking play.
Yeah, that's right.
Whatever, right? With us, we just look so... There's no composure. No composure, no organisation. It's like there is no fucking plan. The only plan is to just get it and move it on.
Bomb
and
it.
hope to God, and bomb it.
Put it on top of Harry's head and hope that we
Hope
can
to God.
crumb 11 goals a game.
Hope to God that he marks it or crumbs to someone like Betts who should be retired. You know what I mean? That's the like, how is that our only game? This is an AFL fucking football club, man. How is that the only game plan going forward? And you don't need to be a magician or a fucking sports scientist to see it. You fucking see it, man. We can all see it. Can we all agree on that? Like, that's literally what it's become. And don't tell me it's because Kerno's out. Just fuck off, man. We've got one strategy. Give it to Kerno. You know what I mean?
No, but it completely changes the structure, though.
It does. But at the same time, like, you need a B plan, man. Kerno's been out for a while.
Yeah. What can you really expect from him? For me, if we get 30 to 35 goals a year, like next year from Kerno, I'll be wrapped. Stoked.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
But then if you hope that McKay's then kicking 70 plus.
Okay.
Yeah.
Didn't we say that about Doherty, though?
Yeah.
When Doherty
Say
was
what?
out, and Doherty was out, but when he comes back in, it's going to transform the whole fucking team.
Yeah, 2 years on the sidelines, he's been learning how to coach the game and
Remember?
watch the game from.
Do you remember? Like, I remember it.
Even early this year. Well, I'll wait till Fisher and Martin and Tom De Koning are back in the side. We're going to be a lot better. Second half of the year, you watch.
Yeah. Enter GWS. Like that, I'm refusing to budge from that, man. That is like fucking crystal clear in my head, and it's going to be, unfortunately, it's going to be like a lasting memory for me, man.
Yeah. There's so many of them.
I've got so many lasting memories, like great memories, man. Like the Walker mark, you know what I mean? Like the fucking Murphy goal after, like right before the siren. All this stuff is good stuff that you cling to when you hug your scarf and you cry. But dude, GWS, that is like, no, that's the new benchmark, cunts. And you have not shown me shit.
When's the last time you spoke about the club with pride? Like to be proud. Like, which of the players, probably Walsh, who do you say, I'm so proud of him?
Which are the players?
I'm proud to say that we have Sam Walsh.
Yeah, Walsh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But the rest of them, I don't. Maybe it's because I'm a little older and for the most part they're younger than me now, so I don't have that hero.
Yeah.
No,
thing.
because you know why, man? Buckley was younger than me.
True.
I was proud to have him on our fucking team.
True.
Proud as
Yeah.
fucking punch, man.
Yeah.
Dude, when J Sauce first came in, I remember I was watching a game at my mum's house, and I go, see that guy? I go, see the kid running around with the number 1 on his jumper? She goes, yeah. I go, do you remember Silvani from when, remember the poster in my cousin's room? She's like, oh, yeah. I go, that's his son. She's like, really? I go, how long has he been playing? Blah, blah, blah. And I showed her the photo. Remember the first win that he got in the rain, and he's got his arms up?
against
I showed my mum that photo, and she was like, oh, that's really cool. It's a really great photo. Because she could, even my mum could tie into the club,
Yeah, that's
man.
right. That's right.
I'm proud of fucking Sauce, man, every
Yeah.
week, because he honestly
He
puts
gives all.
himself on the
We
line,
can't
man.
afford to lose him. He's the last remaining glimmer of the soul of the club on the field for me.
Yeah.
He's got he's the connection to the past.
Yeah.
Maybe we've gone a little too. I think we have.
Look, they said that when Judd finally retired, they said that he was the last connection to the Pratt era, like the money era, the era when the club was just pumping money into shit, thinking that was going to solve the case moving forward. He was the last of that Titan group, you know what I mean? Of just pure money, the way the power brokers that used to fucking push the club.
That's a lie, though. They're all still there.
They're there.
Pratt's on the board. Genie.
Yeah.
His wife.
Yeah.
Matheson.
Exactly.
That is low-key where I think it all stems from. Like, who's running the ship? And what are the intentions of those running the ship? Are they pure? Are they money-based? Are they evil?
It had to have been money-based at some point because we were broke. We were meant to fold as a club.
But the AFL will never let the Carlton football... If the Gold Coast Suns can stay afloat, you bet your ass Carlton will never fold, mate. It's too valuable for the AFL. They'll all... Push comes to shove, the AFL will loan the money.
Yeah.
Push comes to shove, you know?
Absolutely.
That's the thing as well. Like, we're out of debt now and great, and, you know, CUB is the sponsor and all of this financial success and the redevelopment, which is good. But it's important, but we're going around in circles.
But that's the point.
We're going insane.
You sit there and you watch these games.
We're going insane.
And it's like, what can I even do as a fucking supporter?
Yeah. You come on, you got to voice it. And that's the beauty, I think, of the modern age. You've got platforms now where you can voice yourself and your opinion and put the pressure on the club in that way. Obviously, there's a way to go about it. You know, I think 10, 15, 20 years ago, the club really had control of the narrative, whereas now the fans can really take that back. And you know, we're speaking the truth here. 15 years ago, we're not doing this.
Nah, no way.
You know?
I don't know. It just... I just picture them just not giving a fuck, man. Like and that they can bank on the fact that it's a club with such a deep history and a legacy, and you know, like they are untouchable. As in, if they were to fuck up money wise, the AFL would come and save them. I feel like they're just sitting on that, and they think, like you said, they think we're stupid.
Yeah.
We're just fuckwit fans. Like, what do we know? We don't know anything about what makes money in a football club and build success. It's like, no, actually, we do because we've followed this thing longer than you have.
Yeah,
we're invested. You know what I mean?
I'll tell you what, though. If they figure it out and this thing turns around, this fucking city. And that's what keeps you coming back, the thought of that. If it works one day, if we really get out of this hole, we're going to have this whole pit that we've come out of and we get that premiership. Can you imagine grand final day?
You imagine Punt Road after fucking Richmond one.
Imagine fucking grand final day we win a flag.
Lygon Street, mate.
Lygon Street all the way into the city.
Mate.
Into Fed Square would just be wall to wall, man.
Mate. It's going to be fucking chaos.
Yeah. Okay, but I'll ask you again like you asked me. How long till we find a flag?
Yeah, well...
No, honestly, how long? We can't get a win, man. We can't get a tackle. We can't get a consistent tackle count every week.
What are we, 2021?
How long did Melbourne have? Before, like, you know, when they went through that really shitty period and then it was just a joke and then they made fine, like, how many years was it?
It'd be 10 years. Would have been 10 years at least.
Was it 10? I don't know.
10 plus. Yeah, I don't know.
How old's Walsh? 21. I reckon 2025, 2026.
So 4 years.
Cripps will be what Murphy is now, like the veteran of the team.
Why are you laughing?
It's fucking sad.
What's sad?
Yeah. And that's the thing. Murphy, Gibbs, Cruiser, they learnt off a losing culture. That's, you know what's going to happen? We're going to turn on Cripps one day, just like we turned on Murphy. Murphy was the golden, like you couldn't say a bad word about Murphy at once upon a time. Then something happened, like something happened along the way, and like some of the shit he cops, I just think it's fucked.
It's because it's accountability. That, like I said, Carlton fans have got fuck all, like very short term memory.
Yeah.
And we're too quick to find a scapegoat for shit, man. We don't care.
Yeah.
We don't care because we're all fed up.
Yeah.
We're all fed up. We want fucking solutions. So the first person that we feel invested in or should take responsibility is like, fuck him, we're turning on him. They've all copped shit.
Yeah.
Murphy did cop it like bad. Like you're 100% right.
Some of the shit I hear, like read about him on my account and like comments, like...
Yeah.
And obviously, like, I don't delete it because, like, everyone's got the right to say what
there's no need to delete it.
You know, but, like, it's like, you guys are forgetting, like, he was Sam Walsh. It was the same thing. It was, okay, Walsh probably had a better first couple of years, but Murphy was a gun straight away. And then he was, what was he? He was the AFL, was the AFL MVP or the AFL Coaches Association winner?
Maybe Coaches Association.
Which is a big award.
Yeah.
And, Yeah, I just remember he was just untouchable. You couldn't say, like, you know.
Murphy's got good football vision, man.
Yeah.
Like, just decision-making is good.
Yeah.
Under pressure as well.
Yeah.
Murphy would always come up with his clutch fucking moves. Whether it was the right handball or the right kick, he always used to come through with the goods. He would stay composed, man.
Yeah. You know he's had 19 surgeries.
Really?
What?
19 surgeries.
I did not know that.
I put a thread up on Twitter because people will say he's soft. He's never gotten a hard ball in his life. And I put this thread on Twitter and went back on YouTube and just found examples of him putting his body on the line, the Hodge hit, the Dangerfield hit. And then someone messaged me privately and confirmed that he had 19 surgeries and sent me a photo of, like, remember when he had staples in his head? He split his head open.
Yeah. I remember that.
He had staples in his head, put the lid on, and played the next week.
Yeah.
Oh, he's a soft footballer.
Yeah, I remember the lid.
Fucking split his head open and played the next week. We just forget. Like, his body's fucked, mate. He can't tackle. Like, he's not a physical player, and his body doesn't let him do it.
But he also now shouldn't have to be that player.
Correct.
Doesn't need to be that player anymore.
Yeah. Why did we give Simo the swan song exit and we're fucking putting Murphy into the ground? Murphy achieved more than Simo. Let's be real. As a player.
As an individual player.
He was a better player than Simo. Simo was a heart and soul, Grant, pick 40 something, and that's probably why Murphy was a pick 1. But, like, we should be like, we know it's his last year. Why are we fucking trying to like slam the door on him? Like, I don't get it. I just don't get it.
Actually, yeah, that's right.
Why are we doing that? Why do we turn on him?
Shitter players have gotten bigger swan songs and bigger fucking standing ovations.
We fucking put Gibbs on our shoulders and he didn't play for the club. He didn't play for the club and we put him on our shoulders and Murphy's being told to fuck off and he's being gifted games. Come on.
Do you reckon that was the right thing to do?
Bro, it made me sick. That made me sick.
I know what he said.
Made me sick. That's the death of the club again. That's what it stands for. How do you carry off a player that left your club?
He was gone. You wanted to leave. You wanted to leave us.
I don't know.
If you wanted to give him like a lap of honour at the end of the season, maybe.
Just stand
You know what I mean?
next to the thing and clap him. Don't put him on your shoulders.
Give him a standing ovation, that sort of thing.
Not good enough.
Yeah, that's what we did, man. That's what we actually did. That's pretty like, yeah, all right. It's neither here nor there. Like, it's just like.
But we're gifting games to Murphy, are we? Okay. So why doesn't that same principle apply to when Zach Williams doesn't play well, when Jack Martin doesn't play well, when Mitch McGovern doesn't play well?
Because Murphy's tied into this period of non-success.
Yeah. Well, people
And
need
he's older.
People need to smarten up then.
Well,
Sorry.
people are mostly, dude, okay, listen. You've been here for about 2.5 hours or so, right? And what we've said has been pretty, not intelligent, but just consistent. And there's some form of thought process, yeah? You would see it on your channel, like all the comments and shit. How many of the comments you see, it's just like, you're fucked. And I'm not asking you to turn on people that watch you.
I get what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
I just, whenever I see something that's like really like out there, I don't look at the comment itself. It's just more about they're feeling the pain of the club and this is just their way of expressing it. So I don't really take offense.
See, we've got different attitudes, man. Sometimes I get caught into these like threads. If it's not even footy related, we're just talking like whatever.
Yeah.
On Insta or some shit or Twitter. I take the second to have a look at the individual. Say, mate, you are so fucked up. You're so far out of your depth. You have no fucking idea. Yeah. I feel so much better about myself. You're a fucking moron. You should not have access to children or social media. Period.
Yeah, I don't think I could do a fan channel with and nitpick on comments. Like Facebook's crazy. Facebook's crazy.
Yeah,
YouTube's all right. Instagram's okay. They're a bit younger. Facebook, a little bit older, and then with that comes, I don't know. I just find personal experience. Facebook comments in general, I just stay away. I'm like, I don't want to get involved.
That's why I shut Facebook down.
Yeah, bro.
I literally came home from work one day like 6 years ago or something.
Yeah.
Sat down on my couch. I used to work shift work, so I was like, fucked. Came home on a Sunday, at 3 in the arvo. Look at my phone. Something's blowing up on Facey over some status. I'm just like, nah, and just shut my account down. Cold turkey. That was it. I've got one for my business, one for my podcast. That's it, man. I don't have a personal one anymore. I feel really, really sad because I actually don't know what to expect this week. I don't know what to expect for the rest of the year.
I hope we look back on this and like laugh about how down we were. And I remember when we were down, we did this podcast.
Please know that when I get this up, like when I put it up online, I'm going to promote the absolute fuck out of it. I will pay for fucking promotion because I want the right people to actually hear it. I am so desperate for the right people to hear it. And I want to make it clear. We do not hate the Carlton Football Club.
Yeah, of course.
That's why we're sitting here, 3 fucking people that, like, 2 have never met. And we're actually taking time out of our fucking day, unpaid, at 10th, quarter to fucking 11. Yeah, I've been up since quarter to 6, and I'm still wearing half my work here. And we're discussing the issues of a club that does not give a fuck about who we are.
It's just like, please change it.
They're never going to pat us on the back.
Please.
They're never going to acknowledge us. They're just going to release a little presser saying, thank you, 80,000 supporters. We appreciate you. And that's the end of it. They will never recognise the individuals. They don't give a shit. And like the cunt that shook his head when he looked at you when you told him it wasn't good enough, fuck him. And quite frankly, like, that's it, man. It's just like, I don't hate the Carlton Football Club. I bleed fucking blue. We all do. But we're just fed up. We're fed up with the lies, the inconsistency, the backward steps, the mismanagement, the excuses. It's like, I'm done. Yeah. I'm fucking done, man. They fucking broke me, man. That GWS game broke me, and that's why I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Dude, when's our game this week? What day is it?
Saturday.
It's changing. I don't know when they're going to actually do it because it's moved over here.
Yeah, like a shitty 3 o'clock game or something.
So they've moved the time?
No, that's what I'm saying.
I think it's Saturday night.
Yeah.
Dude, on Saturday, I'm actually going away for the first time just to like Mount Dandenong with some mates. I'm going to get fucking drunk, and I do not think I'm going to watch this game.
You'll be watching.
Dude, I don't want to ruin it. I don't want to sit there being the miserable cunt at a gathering of like, a couple of dudes that have gone away and be the one cunt stuck on his phone, just staring at it, just getting angry. Because I've done it before, man, and it's shit me. And I'm broken, man. I don't care. I don't care. I'm more interested in seeing what the club's actually going to do regarding the direction they're going to take.
Yeah.
This fucking review. Do you reckon the review's going to do anything? Like the panel that they put on, we were talking about in the group. Do you reckon the panel's legit?
Yeah, I think so. End of the day, the review's been done by the new president coming in, right? Who comes from a board that he has been a part of for a couple of years, many years, who have made poor decisions year after year. They've been here since Ratton. This is the board that decided to sack Ratton. This is the board that decided to hire Mick, sack Mick, hire Bolton, sack Bolton.
He's just shaking his head.
Hire Teague, hire Russell, and ultimately, who's responsible for? Who's responsible for the culture of the football club? Where does it start from? Who sets the standards of the Carlton Football Club?
The board immediately, man.
Starts there, right?
Yeah.
So they're ultimately responsible for the culture of the club and the state that it's in.
Yeah. Yeah, because you know why, man? Think of it like this.
Any organisation, it starts from the top.
Think of it like this, dude. Who can, like, people say the fans build a lot of the culture, right? Bullshit. What do you think of when you think of Collingwood supporters? Right? Fucking rabble. What did Maguire, man? You can criticize him all you want, but he took a rabble of a club that had fucking nothing and turned it around, man. He got he got the club, he cleaned the image up of the club, got them in media, fucking non-stop, got members in.
But look at how he operates. Passion.
Yeah.
Like there's like a care factor.
Dude, he gives a shit.
He relates to the fan because he was a Broady boy.
Exactly.
He relates to the common man. You know?
Exactly. Doesn't mean he'll eat dinner with them.
Correct.
In Turak.
But that's okay.
That's not the point.
Yeah.
It's not the point.
You need to be able to mingle with both sides.
He factored them in.
Yeah.
But he found a way to get the club moving away and into 21st century fucking footy, man. Mm-hmm. He did. He did all that.
Yeah. He understood media, where it was going.
Exactly.
And he jumped on board and I respect the fuck out of him.
Dude, do you remember 2005 or something, 2004? You couldn't turn on the TV, the radio, the paper. Maguire's face was everywhere and he was promoting the fuck out of Collingwood, man. Everywhere. He was fucking everywhere. Look at the club now, man. And that goes with Bucks as well. I fucking rate Bucks. 100% I rate him. You know, was Bucks a successful coach? Well, got him into the fucking finals enough times.
Yeah.
Came within a kick of winning a flag. What do you want?
He wins that flag, it's a different story.
If he won that flag,
man.
fuck, man, he'd be in the Collingwood Hall of Fame like 3 times.
He still will be.
Yeah, just as a player, coach, and just a general individual. You know what I mean? If he won the flag. But fans are fucking fickle, and like I said, have short fucking memories, man. But that's like
So many groans and sighs. It's like
you're gonna go home. It's like, how was it? Fucking,
Fucking go back.
what a shit thing to do.
To be honest, though, like this is all. I don't know. Maybe I'm just sick in the head and haven't broken yet. It just motivates me to just keep going. Honestly, like it does.
I wish I had that youthful optimism. You know what I mean?
Is this going to run out too? Is this energy going to run out?
Do you know why,
too?
man? I'll tell you why. Because as much I've only ever gone into state for a game, I think maybe twice. Yeah, because I used to do shift work. It was just impossible for me to do it. The first thing I did, this is legit. As soon as I got off unfavorable shift work hours, and I suddenly had a Saturday night off for the first time in a long time. First thing I did was go to Carlton Hawthorn when we won.
Oh, the Jed Lamb game?
Yeah, like 2018. 2017.
Jed Lamb on Sicily. Fucking Kevin won.
Dude, I was at that game. I fucking went and had drinks beforehand. I had drinks during the game. I went and had dinner at Stalactites after the game and got fucking slaughtered. Not even slaughtered, but like, no, we won. You know what I mean? Had my scarf on.
Yeah.
Right? I can't afford to fly interstate anymore, man. Like, I'm fucking hitting middle age soon.
Yeah.
I've got too many liabilities, too many responsibilities. He's got, kids. I can't keep going back to be fucking insulted, man, like slapped in the face. And when people say you're taking it too personally, blah, 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 it's like, no. To watch them not show intent. That's literally all I'm asking for, man. And that's what most Carlton supporters ask for. Intent, effort,
Fair.
heart. That's what you pay for, man. You want to see him fucking, like I love seeing like Cripps, when Cripps kicked that goal, right? I saw the replay, right? When Cripps kicked that goal and he's fucking turned and got his fucking fist up and like losing it. My first thought was, big fuck. But then like, I thought like, nah, man, like he's fucking embracing the club again.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I mean? Like he's up and about with our fucking flag on his shoulders.
You see the fight?
Yeah, that was the best.
Yeah, fucking knows.
Finally, they stood up for each other.
Yeah.
Dude,
Did,
Carlton was all about that, man.
Yeah.
Do you remember, like...
Yeah, you didn't touch anyone.
No.
You never
looked at someone wrong.
Yeah,
and it's like,
you never touched anyone. Yeah.
Never.
I don't even remember the glory years, and I know that was a thing. You never touched
Dude,
any
and
of the
it doesn't
the
go
boys.
that far back, man.
Yeah.
Like, even, like, early 2013, 14, even then, there were players that would run in.
Yeah.
Like, you had Tui, you had Army, Scotland, just
Robinson
bringing up the
loved it.
back, Robbo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dylan Buckley used to get into brawls, man.
Yeah,
He was like his old man. Do you know what I mean? Like, that wasn't that long ago, man. That was like 6-7 years ago. And they still had that. They still had that fire and like, we are a team, don't fuck with us. Like, and even if we got smashed, you saw those fights come up and they would jump and punch the fuck out of each other. They didn't fuck with anyone, man.
No.
Dude,
Just like now with all the uncontracted players. Like they're playing for themselves.
yeah.
They're playing for a contract. If I go in and fucking get in a brawl and get rubbed out, that's fuck. I might not get back in the team. And then my career's done. Like
Yeah.
they're playing selfish.
I've got a flask here somewhere, man, if you want to get started on that. Seriously. I'm really sorry, man, to bring you down on this.
No, this is good. This will be good. I want to come back and do this again when we can all look each other in the eye and say, they did it. Okay? Promise me that you'll reserve me a spot.
Dude, I'm going to be here for a while. Trust me.
So I will come back and we will do part 2 of this only when these motherfuckers turn it around.
Okay, so then what's the benchmark? What's the like
5 wins in a row. You get me in.
5 wins?
The next time we win 5 in a row is the next time I think we'll be a legit team.
What's the rest of the season look like?
The Kool-Aid.
All right, hang on. Let me suss this out. Freo.
Should win.
You reckon?
Yeah, because they've moved it. Yeah, Taberner, and they've moved it from
Taberner's out, yeah.
Yeah, they've moved it from Fremantle, like from Perth to Melbourne. So that's going to fuck with them a little bit.
So where's the game? Because I heard they were struggling with.
Yeah, it's either going to be at GMHBA.
I heard Tassie
or Tassie
or GMHBA. Yeah, okay.
Geelong. Okay.
Yeah.
No. Oh, it's at the G.
Yeah. Okay.
Nah, I don't bank on that. Not in Geelong. All right, we've got
Collingwood. Oh, we wouldn't want to fucking lose
We
to
have
them.
to win that.
I'm telling you now, that'll be the second breaking point.
Yeah.
We can't lose to them again.
We lose to Collingwood and that Teague probably doesn't survive the next week.
All right.
if we lose to Collingwood, you don't think Teague will survive?
That'll probably be a breaking point.
He survived the GWS game, but Collingwood means a lot more because there'll be fans there. We'll boo the fuck out of them.
And they're fucking shit.
Yeah.
They're shit.
Yeah.
Look how excited, like this hope.
I worry about what would happen if we lose to Collingwood, but yeah.
We've lost easy games to Collingwood.
Yeah.
North. Can't lose to North.
Oh, wow.
So there's 2 in a row.
They what? Oh, okay. All right. There's 2 in a row. All right. I'll pay that.
Look at the time we're going. Okay, hang on. We got St Kilda. Fuck, man.
We're going to beat him at Marvel.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've seen them lose too many games at Marvel, man.
Did we ever win? When do we win
Did
at
you
Marvel?
go to the game? Why am I even asking? You would have been at the game 2016 St Kilda when like 50,000 people turned up to fucking Etihad. It was like the Battle of the Spooners. It's like a Sunday arvo, like fucking 2:00 on a Sunday afternoon.
2019?
No.
When Teague was coaching?
Nah, 2016.
Okay. So Bolton. Probably, yeah, I guess.
Dude.
I remember it.
We went there and it was like we had one person that had never been to a Carlton game before and one person under the age of 15. So it was like, let's go to the footy. We're playing St Kilda. This should be an easy defeat. This should be a good game. We couldn't get a seat because it was like literally Sunday arvo and everyone turned up to see the Battle of the Spoons.
Yeah.
St Kilda made us look like we were fucking like the Werribee Sharks. It was disgusting. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. I've seen too many St Kilda games now where we've lost. I can't do it anymore.
Every time there's expectation that we're going to win, we get fucking pumped.
That's right.
Yeah. All right.
All right,
3
so
rounds
3
left.
in a row? Okay. Optimistic. Very optimistic. Okay.
Okay. Hang on. Oh, all right.
4 in a row. Gold Coast, all right.
Done.
The next week I know who we're playing. I dare you to tell me we'll win this game.
Hang on.
I dare you.
Put Adelaide.
Put Adelaide in Adelaide.
In Adelaide.
Adelaide. Final spot on the line.
Stop it.
And last week, what have we got?
Oh, I'm ready for this one. The rematch.
If we
have to beat them there.
I'll tell you what, man. I'm going to go. So how many games do we have left? We have
7 or 8.
7 or 8. You want 5 in a row. At best, with
I'm going to see you guys in 4 years.
it was nice meeting you, mate. I'll do my best to follow you on social media, but I can't promise anything.
Speaking of Giants, have you ever been told you're a Cornelio lookalike?
No.
Well, there you go. You're a Cornelio lookalike. What right do you have as a Giants captain trashing our club?
He should be a blue, but anyway.
Yeah.
Fuck. Okay. Out of those 7 or 8 or whatever it is, you want 5 in a row. I don't think we'll get 5 in a row.
We might get 3 wins out of all that.
I reckon 3
Collingwood,
maybe.
North.
Gold Coast.
Gold Coast.
Yeah.
Saints.
Oh, man.
Freo this week.
And I'll say something, man. GWS rematch. There'll be so much pressure to turn it fucking on for that game. Last game of the season after the shit show that they put up. I reckon, I'll say it now, I reckon they'll win that game.
Giants?
Yep. I reckon they will.
Maybe.
Teague's career will fucking, like, if it's not on the line by that point.
My worry is that, you know what we're like in round 23 every year of the last 10 years?
Yeah.
We turn it up and we we shit it in, like, we lose by 10 goals because they're already thinking about their holidays. And then the Giants might be playing for a final spot. My worry is that that last game of the year is like a bad loss. And it's going to be like last game of the year, so much built-up frustration from what the year was.
I think, man, out of all those games, the pressure will be on Teague by that point, regardless, because there are a few easy beat games there where we can't afford to lose, and if we do lose, it's just going to be bad. I reckon by that point, man, a lot of heads will be on the fucking chopping block.
Yeah,
and if
right.
these fuckers want to secure another contract next year with the review and everything, actual pressure to perform,
right.
you're like, nah.
Yeah.
Because of what you did with GWS the first time, you're under review.
They owe us, man.
And now it's like, nah. So scrap every other game. Like, you want 5 to get back here? I say if we beat GWS, you're back here.
Sure. I'll come and do a end of season.
What have we learned since we commiserated?
Fair.
Yeah.
I'll come and do an end of season review.
This week, I think I was probably more confident the game being over in WA than being moved here. Now it's like, oh, fuck, we have to beat them here. Like, there's this, as soon as we get expectation, it's just like, fucking forget about it. Over there, it's like our back's up against the wall.
Got nothing to lose.
We fucking beat them over there.
Yeah.
Dude, I like that Freo game last year. I was on my couch and I'd thrown the towel in. I'm like, nah, this is done. And then old mate was like, mate, you gotta watch it. Like, what are they doing? I'm like, what? What could they be doing? You know?
I woke the whole house up. I remember my daughter, she was 3. Woke her up. I was fucking screaming. We took the mark. I'd given up. Murphy kicked it out on the... No, was it... Who kicked it out on the full? They kicked it out on the full.
No, they did.
Freo game.
Sorry, Doherty. Doherty gave it away.
No, they gave a deliberate they gave a downfield free kick.
Yeah. So Doherty kicked it forward and I saw it going out on the floor. I was like, fuck it. I'm done. I walked out of the room. She's like, Carlton, I've got it. My partner's like, Carlton, I've got it. I'm like, I'm doing a piss. I'm like, what do you mean? How the fuck do we have the ball? Like, there's like fucking 10 seconds left. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Then next minute I see Nunes lining up. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? This is insane. I'd seen that many after the siren losses.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember the last after the siren. I was like, I reckon it was fucking Sticks back in like 93 or something. And it was something like that.
Yeah.
Wow.
I fucking couldn't believe it. I was screaming. My daughter got up. What's going on? Go, just one after the siren. Fucking yeah.
What's going on? Imagine his face like leaning into like this kid, this child.
Imagine it.
Pitch black, and he's just breathing into her face. What? Like, what are you on about, old man? Like, I was sleeping.
It's a special club. It's a special club.
It breeds
it's so special. Like,
when moments like that happen, it's like, yes, we're going in the right direction. Like, we used to lose those games all the time. If we're fucking 2 points down or 4 points up with fucking 3 minutes to go, we lose.
Yeah, and that kick was like a year ago. A year ago, bro. And we're sitting here and we just spent nearly 3 hours.
We've been here for 3 hours. That's sick. We are sick in the head.
How long does your normal sessions go for? You know, between all your stuff. In a week, in a given week, how much footage would you say you record?
About 3 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd bang it out in one night.
Yeah, true. Like fan cams, I'll sit there for an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Yeah.
Man, that's intense after a loss.
Yeah. Dude, your like I said, I hadn't even seen any of your stuff until GWS, and one of the boys said,
"Oh, really?
You need to see this shit."
bro.
Like I'd seen you floating around just because of all the obviously mutual links.
Yeah.
But I'd never watched a full sort of like response and fan cam video.
Right.
And then one of the boys like, I swear by this guy, you got to watch it. I watched it and I'm like, I need to get this guy on. And I was like, literally, dude, I felt that hotel room was so cold and lonely, man.
Yeah,
and I'm sitting in my office just like, you know what I mean?
Talk back after a loss. I won't do it. Cannot do it anymore.
2 hours. I love it. I love it. Like, you feel like there's something therapeutic about it. There is, like, you're hurting, and everyone's hurting, and it's like, at least there's someone else that hurts. Like, you can sort of be together with that. But then the thing is, when you lose, you get, like, 50% of the viewers are opposition fans. Yeah. Like, they just love watching us fucking crap. Can you imagine, like, watching Essendon supporters, for example, like, lose and, like, watch their reaction? I feel like it'd be the same thing for them.
We love watching it because we used to give it so much.
Of course. And we deserve it. Yeah. And we deserve everything we get.
You know what's fucked? I'm sorry, like, to drag this on, I'm just going to say this. I still remember, like, we're talking about good memories from club winning and shit. I still remember really smashing fucking victories real proper wins where it's like unfuckable victories.
Mate, we beat Essendon by 10 goals in the 2011 elimination
That's
final.
what I can't remember a win like that since then.
It's one of the best days.
Do you remember when we beat Geelong in like 2013 or something?
Yeah.
Not 13, sorry, 16?
Yeah,
Was it 16?
Gibbs had Gibbs really...
We came out of nowhere and just fucking trounced them. We did a podcast on that day, man, and we were all Carlton supporters. We lost it.
Yeah.
We all came in wearing our jumpers.
Yeah,
like, get up the Blue Boys, man. Like, you know. I still remember it, man.
Yeah.
I went to a christening about a month ago, man, and who did we beat? I can't remember who it fucking was. And my mate was like walking his like 2-year-old son around the church and shit because he was like crying and stuff. I'm like, is the kid alright, mate? He's like, I was just pumped from the win yesterday. I'm like, yeah! You know what I mean? Look, you G up. Carlton supporters G up. Doesn't matter where they are, man.
Yeah, it is. We do G up.
We don't have anything left in the tank, man.
No.
As a collective,
please.
As a collective.
If there's anybody at the club listening and you're 3 hours in and you're still listening, please make the changes necessary.
We're big fans of the show. Time listeners.
Yeah.
No. Look, what I'm going to do is I'll split it up
Yep.
into our brackets. I'll try and find some relevance and make some brackets.
Yep.
But I will fucking promote the fuck out of this as much as I can.
Yeah, sweet.
I'm going to go work overtime just to get some extra coin to fucking pump it out.
Yeah,
I'm serious.
Love it.
Dude, I'm going to tell all our listeners as well, they need to watch your shit, man.
Appreciate
so
it.
how many platforms are you on?
Everything.
You're on everything. But it's still just Blue Abroad, right? Like
So it's
all
Blue
across?
Abroad everywhere. So YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. It's Blue Abroad official on Instagram because Blue Abroad was taken. Motherfuckers. And Twitter. But yeah, generally it's Blue Abroad on YouTube. Start there and that's where we're at.
Start there, unravel the madness.
Yeah. I'm most active on YouTube. Instagram's just like a curation of nice, clean images.
Yeah, I see them and I'm like, look at me posting this shit.
Yeah.
It actually got me angry because you know what? Your Instagram is really positive compared to your YouTube. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Because it is just still images.
It's just curation of cool images.
Yeah.
Like things
and
that are like
I actually
popular.
got frustrated because I'm still reeling over GWS. I'm like,
Yeah.
have we forgotten?
Yeah, no. Go to YouTube. It's all there. Fan cams. If you want,
fan cams is brilliant.
Fan cams is the most real documentation of how the fans are feeling that I think is out there, to be honest.
No, you can't. That's why I liked it, man.
Yeah, it's just raw and honest and it's done in a controlled way and I kind of just sit there and mediate.
I know I'm late to the party, but
Yeah.
COVID permitting, man, like I'd love to see half the dudes on your fan cam, man.
Yeah, man,
Like,
you got to meet Rocco.
yeah, like I'd easily have, dude, these all blokes, man, you'd fucking love them, man. Like after watching it, like that's why I said, like I watched that one GWS one, like starting off, and I'm just like, who are these people? Where are they? Like, why are they not in my life?
Yeah.
Just like helping me commiserate another fucking week of this club.
Welcome to the family.
Join us. No, cool. Thanks a lot, man. I
worries,
appreciate
bro.
it. Thank you, local celebrity. Actually, you got me back in because you're doing your own podcast as well. What's the name of it?
Brothers and Others.
That's it. But yeah.
that.
All right. So I've got you. If we win GWS or we win 5 in a row.
Yep.
Whichever comes first.
How about winning 5 from 7?
No.
Oh,
Standards, mate. Standards. Don't fucking
Driving
give in.
standards now,
It's standards.
Do we win this week?
Yes.
Yep.
Of course.
Tell the world you love him. Keep giving all the love you can. Baby, stand by your man. Woo!
Hold up.